Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. Today's album review is an album, 1989's album by Erasure called Wild. I don't necessarily have the album anymore. I do have a few of the singles. Here's their first single off the album, Drama, the maxi single. Here's a Star, one of the other singles. I used to have Blue Savannah on CD single as well. It has some good remixes. A lot of these singles have good remixes, but the songs probably aren't as good as a lot of the Erasure singles. And then also "You Surround Me" was a single. So they had four. Excuse me. They had four singles from this album. I really like the remixes to "Star" especially, and "Blue Savannah." So we're gonna get right into the album review for their. This is their fourth album. Erasure is obviously Andy Bell, the singer, and Vince Clarke, formerly of Depeche Mode and The Assembly and Yazoo. They formed in 86 and 1986 and came out with Wonderland. And then in 87 they had The Circus. And then in 88 they had The Innocents, which really kind of put them on the map as far as, I think they had two top 40 songs on that album. And then this is their fourth album, Wild, that I'm reviewing. I really liked Erasure a lot from 86 to like 95. There wasn't an album in 90, but I did like, then there was Chorus in 91, which is their fifth album. And then ABBA was sort of an EP, but I kind of consider that an album, so that was six. And then uh, the self-titled in 95, and then I Say in 94, that album came out and that had their big hit Always on it. So is that eight or nine albums that I really liked, their first nine albums. Then kind of by 95, I kind of I think Showboat was their next album, and that was sort of a covers album. And my music taste was changing then a lot and getting more, even heavily into more dance because music and stuff like that. And Eurasia was kind of becoming a little bit stale, and wasn't really hearing anything I liked. In fact, there'll be one day where I'll go back and listen to a lot of the Eurasia. I think the only song I've heard that's newer was and it was a good song too, but it was a one word song. It was a fairly big hit, but not so comparatively. But um, was it? I can't think of the name, but is it Before? I don't know, but it's a good song. I think it was. It's hard to say what year it was. Maybe like 2002 or something like that, 2004. But yeah, after 95, I just, I'll go back and listen to those albums and see. But, I did, I kind of grew out of Erasure in a lot of ways. And I can't really pinpoint any reason why, just other music. Kind of Erasure kind of seemed more like an 80s band. And there was some, they can be cheesy at times. It's strange. It's funny to say that Erasure is cheesy in some ways, but they can be, but sometimes when Vince Clarke, I mean, he knows how to write a good electronic song. I mean, I like and I like Andy Bell singing too, quite a bit. And, but I just think maybe they kind of ran out of ideas or ran out of, but again, I'm not, it's just I haven't heard anything that I'm like, oh, what is that, Erasure? And that's been 30 years, right? So 30 years next year since the last album that I heard from Erasure came out. But Erasure was one of my first bands that when I started to purchase music, when I was 10, like that, the first two CDs I bought was Wonderland and the Circus in 1987 when I got my first CD player when I was 11. But my older sister was a big Erasure fan. She had all their first like four or five albums. So I kind of became a fan through her, and then I started buying their stuff, you know, pretty much right away. But even more so when like Chorus came out, and started buying all the singles and stuff like that. And I did go back and buy some of their other music as well. But I've lost quite a bit. I was looking at my Erasure section, and I'm missing like 3 CDs. In fact, Blue Savannah I'm missing. Two Ring Circus, the double CD. I used to have that. I wanted to say I had one of the other singles too. Anyways, yeah. Um, yeah, I can't remember, but I got some Erasure. I got a decent collection on vinyl. Erasure, maybe about 10 records, not a lot, but some. But yeah, getting back to Wild. So I'll say right away that I never had this album. I do remember my sister playing in '89, but this is I was like, which Erasure album am I going to do today? And I was like, I want to do one to get them on the map and sort of do one on them, and then sort of let it kind of marinate, and then maybe do another one in a few weeks or months or something like that. But just kind of going around and doing. I've kind of committed myself to doing one review on all the '80 bands I like right now. Could be rock, could be whatever. For the most part, I'm sure there's be some ones that I don't do, but for the most part, I really want to hit like definitely all the bigger ones. And I don't know why I chose this album, but I was just like, oh, let's listen a little while, listen a while. And I know that Wild is my least favorite Erasure album from that time. And it's been a long, long time since I heard this album. Of course, I know the 4 singles really well: Blue Savannah, Star, You Surround Me, and Drama. I know those songs well. But yeah, it's been 35 years this album came out, and it's probably been 34 since I heard it because I don't remember hearing this album at all except for the singles. So the piano song. So this is up first. It's kind of the instrumental version. It looks like that song is actually the full version is the last song on the album. It's okay. I give it. It's okay. I got it 1.5 stars. It's basically just like a 1 minute instrumental, and it's kind of pretty. It's kind of nice. Can't say it's good, but I can't say it's bad at all. It's just it's a little bit better than okay, almost good. Blue Savannah. This is my favorite song on the album. Right away goes right into the favorite song on the album. I got it 3 3/4 songs. It's one of their it's one of their best singles. During Erasure's. Erasure have a lot of good singles. You look at like the album. I think it was the top 20 or the first 20 hits, right? The first 20 singles they had, and that came out in '92. That was a compilation, and that included like the first ABBA song up to that point. I think it was "Take a Chance on Me," and the first 20 hits, and that was basically from their first 4 albums. And man, all those singles are good. All those singles are really good. I can't imagine I would rate any Erasure single less than 3 stars, except the other 3 on here. And that's why this album is. That's a big reason why this album is not my favorite Erasure album. In fact, it's my least favorite Erasure album of the ones I know. Um, but Blue Savannah's great song, very catchy, great chorus, melody, sung well, piano hooks great. Um, that just a great piano hook. Then you have Drama, which is probably the weakest single from Erasure in the first 10 years. It never really did anything for me. Some parts of the music are good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the nah, the remixes aren't even good on here. The Crucial mix is okay, and then it's got the 7-inch version and Act 2. The Crucial mix is okay, but nothing, nothing, nothing memorable really. Just it's not a really good song, especially for a single. I got it in between okay and it's memorable. I remember it. I mean, I had the single. I mean, it played it, but it really never did much. I got it 1.5 stars. So already some signs of this not gonna be an album when the first single is a 1.5 star. Thankfully, next track is really good. It's my second favorite on the album. It's called "How Many Times." It's good melody. This is a great example of the underrated songs on Erasure where they're not singles and they're really good and catchy and they sort of help really kind of elevate the album. They really support the singles really well. And in my views, they become some of my underdog kind of favorites of the album. Um, case in point, maybe like Innocence, Where Were You When I Needed You? I really like that song. Or even though Ship of Fools was a single, those are kind of the type songs that, Ship of Fool kind of reminds me of this song, Am I Right? Was a single on chorus, but that one kind of helped bolster the album. But they do these, what's another one? Um, Blue. It's from Wonderland. So Blue. That's a good ballad that really helps support the album well. Um, Trying to think of Hideaway, maybe on Circus. Don't Dance. Some tracks like that, like can be that aren't singles that really kind of help support the album. This one does a good job of that. I really like the way Andy Bell sings it. I mean, this is what makes you raise your good. It's just a good chorus. They harmonize well, melody. Vince Clarke is a freaking genius. Like the dude can write pop songs. He must wake up and be like, cough up a great pop song, great pop dance song. And dude's just genius. All of his music is good. I feel even, it's maybe sad that I'm rating some of these songs kind of badly on this album because maybe musically they're okay, but just comparatively to the all the music Erasure's done, it's just some not good ones on here, and they're all kind of coming up. Track 5 is Star. It's one of the weaker singles. I really like the remixes on here. It's just kind of cheesy. It's catchy, but it's cheesy. I got it just under good at 1 3/4 stars. There's worse on this album. You know, the next track is a great example. La, La Gloria. Whew, this is not good. This is one of the worst Erasure songs I've ever heard. This is right up there with. Oh man, I can't even compare it to. There's not a lot of Erasure songs that I think are horrible, and this is one. Him singing in Spanish and not good. This sounds like a nightmare. It's really bad. If I could give this a negative score, I would. I just give it a 0. Just not good at all. Not good. Embarrassing, actually. Then you have You Surround Me. I feel like I'm a little harsh on this track. The chorus is pretty good. The keyboards are alright, but it doesn't do too much for me. I got it in between okay and good. I got 1.5 stars. And then Brother and Sister, another not 1.25 stars, even worse than that one. It sounds like mixing Supernature, which is one of their B sides around this time. The production sounds like an instrumental of Supernature and a mix of Lay All Your Love on Me, which I thought was a really excellent ABBA cover that's on the album. If you mix Supernature and Lay All Your Love on Me, it sounds like Brother and Sister. So the music's not bad, but the lyrics and the chorus, they're not very good. I got it 1.25 stars. 2,000 Miles, track number 9. Not good. Not good at all. I got 0 stars. I just put Not good. Track number 10, Crown of Thorns. It's got some good sounds. It's a little campy, but I do like the darker sounds on it. At least it's a little bit moodier. It's something different. Some good stuff going on. I got it good. 2 stars. And then the final track is their full version of Piano Song. They're kind of similar to the intro. The words don't really do too much for me. I got it 1.5 stars, so it's right in between okay and good. So tough album. Tough album. I didn't think it was this bad. I knew it was going to be my worst Erasure album, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought I would like the singles a little bit more. I think it's. I feel like I like Star and Blues, and even Blue Savannah, which I gave 3.25 stars. I thought I was going to give it a 4 star, but I knocked it down a little bit just because the ending is actually no, that wasn't Blue Savannah. Maybe it was You Surround Me. I knocked down a little bit just because it went on so long. Or maybe that was Star. It was one of the end, but it was just kind of cheesy. But I do like the remixes of Star. I like the remixes of Blue Savannah. I've never heard the singles or if there's remixes you surround me, but Drama, not very good at all. So it's like even the singles aren't great versions of the best versions of themselves. And, so because I never played Star the single version because I didn't have the album. I want to say even on the single. Well, actually, I mean this is the maxi single, so I know the single won't be on here, but the single version. But I used to have the cassette single of this, and maybe it was on that, but I don't remember hearing the. I've always known it from the remixes, for Star, and I always liked the remixes, especially the three mixed on here. Well, William Orbit does one of the other ones, and then Gareth Jones does the other one, and they're good remixes. Dreamlike State. Dreamlike State should have made the album. If you guys know the single. And there's two different versions. There's the cassette single, maxi single, which is even better. And then this version is the 24-hour Technicolor mix, is really good too. But Dreamlike State, I can't remember the other remix, what it's called, but I used to have the cassette single a long time ago. But yeah, how did Dreamlike State not make the album when the album is this bad? Wow, just surprisingly. Maybe they went to do the remixes after they did the album, and they're like, oh, let's put this song on the B side. It should have been on the album. So looking at the good of the album, not much. Blue Savannah and How Many Times are the only two songs that I think are very good. That's kind of tough. Only 2 3-star songs. Um, Mixing's good, production's good, engineering's okay. It's a little flat in the high range. I got that as opportunity in the opportunities slash bad section. The other thing is the singles are really weak on this album again, and it's really lacking support songs also. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say this is one of the better early albums from Erasure. That's an understatement. It's the worst. I put that in there, and then I'm like, what am I saying? I'm trying to be nice. Like, this is the worst album of Erasure, of their early career. Um, a little flat in the upper frequencies again, kind of flat. So I don't want to drag this one into the hole. It's already as bad as it is. I tally up the stars, and it comes to 18 stars divided by 11 songs. 1.63 rating, and that basically puts it in between. That puts it under a 50 score, not even at 2. So it is above 1.5. So I do kind of rate that as a very below average album for this group. I have it at a 43 out of 100. So not even okay, just below average, not good. So a tough album, tough album. And I can see that. I mean, not that Erasure would have, projected to some kind of large, great synth pop fan. I mean, they had their fans and they kept their fans through it all. But, going from their most popular singles to this album, I can see why none of them charted in America. Like, at least when it went to the chorus, they had, I think, I don't know, at least they play. I mean, I remember hearing chorus on the radio at least. The other singles were "Love to Hate You," which was really good, and it was a very underrated song. And then "Am I Right Again," and then I can't think of the fourth song. Maybe they only had 3 singles from that album. But then they went into "Always" and had a big hit with "Always." But just and then "Take a Chance on Me" was played on the radio a lot. But this really kind of, I wouldn't say it lost a lot of momentum for the band, but looking from the charts, it definitely killed it. But yeah, not a good album. Tough album. 43 out of 100. Thanks for watching.